Alright, so let's continue on then. Let me just use one of my injectables here so I don't immediately keel over as soon as I get hit by an enemy, and that's probably death. Not gonna drop down there. Figure it's best to be safe. So I could head up back to that exolift there, but I'm not sure if that would accomplish anything. Let's see. There is, of course, the place that the Black Cerberus kept retreating to, which is probably where I need to go. Yeah, you know what? Since there's no way out of this, over there is probably where I acquire that security clearance, maybe? And then I can exit the room via that security clearance guarded door. We'll see. Either that or there's just another way out over here and the security clearance is later. Come on, where are some enemies? I want to test out this ball of axe. Alright, well, sign saying it's heading towards ops, so I guess it's a shortcut. Fair enough. There's another pathway I could have taken that wouldn't have taken me to the boss that I need to check out as well.
Profile loaded.
What does that mean?
Captain, your equipment has been unlocked.
Okay. So is this like a special entrance the captain, the Black Cerberus had? Unmapped area, no records found.
For this sector.
Okay, I guess it's just like an... Yeah, okay. For a second though I thought I might have gained something from that. But I think it's just the fact that... Oh, okay, wow, this is not nearly as effective as I was hoping it would be. I assumed I could just, you know, spam through them, especially since I'm striking an unarmored bit, but nope. I guess I need heavier armor for that. Oh, come on, really? I couldn't go for the execution in time? Ugh. I really think the time to do that should be reduced. Or there should be an implant that does that. Yeah, I'm guessing, that's just automatically what is said when you pass through here, because this is meant to be like the captain's special path or something like that. But it doesn't actually change anything for me.
Please report to security.
Okay, so first thing I want to do is I want to craft a Black Cerberus piece. Well, maybe I don't. It gives a penalty to attack speed. It's Goliath class with heavy stability, so if I can get more of this, I will have a pretty competent heavy armor set. Although, really, if I wanted a heavy armor set at this point, something with high stability that would let me tank through enemy attacks, I'd probably want to go with the Proteus stuff. Right? Because, it has high stability, and the in general, the pieces seem to have less, like, speed reductions than most of the other heavy armor sets. I also just noticed that I actually have a bloody Proteus arm module, which I acquired from that mini-boss. So presumably, that too will end up being a regular recurring enemy at some point. Because otherwise, I wouldn't be able to get any more of the set, and that would be silly. Is there any difference between the regular one and the bloody? So, Mark 1, 11 defense... Same defense, high stability, more core power consumption. The bloody one just seems worse, aside from looking a little bit cool because of the blood. What's the purpose? Does it get, like, significantly better with upgrades? 20 defense? No, it just seems straight up worse than the regular Proteus stuff because it has one more core power consumption. Okay. Oh, you know what? It probably has a different and possibly better set bonus. So the individual pieces are worse, but if you equip everything, it's probably better. Can't test that out now, anywho, since I don't have the rest of the set. Same with the Black Cerberus. Let's see... The axe I'm using is already at Mach 3, right? Yeah. So no need to upgrade that. Okay, there's not really much I want to do here. Let's rest at the med bay and gain at least one level. I wanted that mainly for the implant slot. I think I'll store the rest of the tech scrap so it's safe. That way I can make any upgrades as I need them. Okay, so how much core power do I have? I have 5. Right? No, 4 available. Just barely not enough for the adrenaline shunt, so never mind what I just said, I'm going to go for another level. Do I have enough? Okay, I need 3k more. I did pick up some consumable items, so let's just check that out. Perfect. 4k right there. And this will let me try out the adrenaline shunt, which is something I've been wanting to try out for quite a while now. Consumes 20 energy, not a huge cost, but not a small one either. And I... Excuse me. And I think that's really all that I need or want to do here. Alright.
Be alert. Be vigilant.
Let's try fighting this dude again, see if I can't handle it a little bit better. Attack his body so he takes the longest to kill, just so I can really get a good measure of how effective this axe is. I mean, honestly, just doing one attack and then dashing away seems pretty effective. Try blocking something. Oh right, that is the slow thrust, which honestly doesn't seem like all that good of a counterattack. I don't know. I mean, yeah, this is a pretty effective, if boring, way of taking these dudes down. Oh, come on, that... Seriously, the big, heavy, like, vertical attack wasn't enough to stun him? Okay, I like using this. I'm not super thrilled about it, but I'll stick with it for now. The main reason I'm disappointed is the fact that as far as I can tell, I can't do, like, energy shockwaves. Like, I've even tried holding the button presses. You can only hold the first attack, and even that doesn't do anything. Maybe there's a highly specific combo, I still haven't looked that up. But at a first glance, it seems like you don't actually get those cool, awesome attacks that the Black Cerberus had, which is a bit disappointing. Still though, it's a very good, what is it called, heavy-duty weapon, and I've been lacking one of those. Okay, yeah, I'm not really impressed with the single-rigged weapon moveset. It just seems too slow to be worthwhile at this stage, so as useful as this weapon type was early on, I don't think I'm gonna bother with it from here on out. Gonna de-equip the Inducer because it's just a worse version of the Firebug. Speaking of Firebug, I'm gonna re-favorite that. I'm not sure if I should bother with the Parsifal V2.0. It's the best one-handed weapon I have, but much like the single-rigged weapons, the one-handed weapons, as useful as they were very early on, just don't seem to keep up all that well, compared to the other stuff at least. And I feel like having 4 weapons I can switch between is a bit much. I might get a bit confused in the hectic pace of combat, so... Yeah, sorry buddy, I'm just gonna have to unequip you. Just didn't seem all that good when I tried you out. Alright, now let's go for an unarmored piece and see how quickly I can take him down. I mean, hey, that damage is actually pretty good. How many combos can I do before he starts resisting it? Maybe it was just his AI acting favorably, but that actually worked out fairly well. There's another one over here, isn't there? Yeah, let's try it out against him. This dude is completely unarmored. He was not prepared to put in work today. I kind of failed with my inputs there. I wanted to do the full spin to win combo, but I pressed attack slightly too late, so it started a new combo instead. Still, it worked out. Okay, so this was the support tunnel that ended up leading to the boss, and there was an alternate pathway out of here, wasn't there? I feel like there was. First I gotta deal with this jerk. How's the sprinting attack on this? It's been a while since I've used it. Oh, right, it's that awesome overhead. That combos pretty well into the moveset, I think. No trouble taking him down. Oh wow, yeah, I forgot how shitty the lights on this were. Ugh. Yep, he is the other path, and oh, okay. So, it's gonna be a shortcut, but for now, it's not really a path. So basically, I only actually had one way to go. Little that I realized that. No choice but to go onward and fight the Black Cerberus. Interesting that they give you a boss, like, very early on into the area. I kind of like it when games do that. Give you the boss right away and then have you... This isn't turning into prey all of a sudden. That's not gonna turn out to be a mimic, is it? No, it's just physics glitches. Wait a minute though.
Clearance could not be confirmed.
Yeah, I don't have authorization. And unless I'm missing something, there aren't any other paths I can take, are there? Let me explore this room a little bit more thoroughly. It's definitely death if I drop down there. Maybe there's somewhere else I can drop down? Or could it be... Now, it couldn't be that you have to have a piece of his armor equipped, because you could just avoid doing the execution kill entirely and thus not have a single piece. So it couldn't be that. That wouldn't make sense. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be anything else in this room. Oh, wait a minute. Right, there was a pathway up here. Pfft, I'm a dummy. This is probably where I get clearance.
I know the world seems to have stopped watching, and maybe that's the issue. We've made some decisions. Decisions I'm not proud to say that I was originally part of. But we wanted to do our best. What do they say? The road to hell is paved with good intentions. Well, ours certainly were. Even those who I believe have now gone too far, they were still doing it for you, for mankind. But looking at the big picture, they lost perspective. We lost perspective. It's why I believe it is my duty as a citizen of this country and of the world to bring to your attention utopia.
Welcome.
Unauthorized, unsanctioned, untested, designed to replace Resolve, though instead of proper channels, it has been fast-tracked through the back door. You need to know what this will do. What this will do to you all. Utopia is...
Okay, we got a whistleblower, although it seems the dude was stopped before he could complete his message. Whoa, what was that? Okay, do I have special attacks? Cause, try doing that combo again. Okay. Hold on, let me just try spamming it and see what happens. Yeah, so that's what happens if you spam the vertical attacks, but if you properly time them fully, see the reduced stamina consumption. Wait. No, it's not that. I thought it might be that because that was what let you do special attacks in Lords of the Fallen. Oh, you know what it might be? Because it happened after I attacked him. It probably consumes energy to do that. Okay, if I can find another enemy, I'm not sure if there are any in the immediate vicinity, I can test that out with more surety, yeah. Nothing else here unless I sit at the med bay, so I'll have to put off that for a little bit. Yeah. So as far as I can tell, this just seems to be a dead end. Like, I assume this was the security HQ, especially since there was like a, you know, a big captain dude here, the Black Cerberus. And that this would be where I acquired security clearance, but that it doesn't actually seem to be the case. The only path I have available to me here is locked by one of those clearance doors, and unless I'm just missing something major, clearance is just, it's not here, so I guess I have to explore elsewhere? Oh, that just seems odd to me. I really feel that I should have gotten clearance, but I guess not. Unless it really is tied to having one of the Black Cerberus's armor pieces, but I've already said my piece on why that wouldn't really make sense. Unless there are multiple Black Cerberuses. Cerberi, it's always hard to tell with Latin words. And, like, at least one of them respawns, so you do have to actually collect a piece. Either way, regardless of how it works out, I have to explore elsewhere now. The only issue is I'm not really sure where. Sally did mention that it would be helpful to have someone who could break into their computer system, so maybe I really should return to Dr. Chavez. She's the only person I've come across that seems like they would be the type to be able to do that. And maybe that's how I'll acquire security clearance. Or I could always head back to the first area. The maglev 2 there, after all, was guarded by one of those new tripods, which suggests there may be some reason to head in that direction. Hold on. Oh, nope. Okay. Now the doors close early of all times. I'm pretty sure there wasn't any other paths there. I just wanted to make sure. So this ends up taking me back down to Central Productions B, doesn't it? I'm pretty sure that's where it does take me. So yeah, unless I just missed something there, that place is currently a dead end, so... Question is, where do I go? Do I return to the first area, or head on to Central Productions B? No, the Biolabs research area, where Dr. Chavez is. I mean, I'll probably want to check out both. Which do I go to first? Alternatively, I do now have enough core power that I could probably access some new areas in the previous areas I've been in. But I know I don't have to do that because people have beaten this game without leveling up at all, so that must just be for optional shit. Wait, how did that not kill the turret? Ah, oh, it has a little pip left. Of course. Alright, so now I have energy, so presumably I should be able to do the shockwave. If the jerk doesn't interrupt me repeatedly. Asshole. No, really? Okay. Ugh, stop blocking, you jerk. Should have enough stamina to do this. Nope. You're really not gonna let me test this, are you? Fuck it, let me just go for the execution. Alright, presumably I can test it out now, so let's try the horizontal combo. No, maybe I just didn't have enough energy at the time, or maybe it's only the vertical combo that does that. It's really hard to say. Yeah, so they just add a bunch of legionnaires in the level, now that the security guards are all over the place. Okay, let's test it against you. First I gotta build up my energy, of course, and try not to die. Oh, right, that paralyzes. Oh, that is so nasty. Seriously, come on, I just want to test out how this weapon works. Work with me, game. Alright, that's the tail gone. Alright, so let's try doing a vertical combo, although I might kill it before I actually get the chance, which is fine. I don't need something to be alive to actually test this out, yeah. So let's do the vertical combo again and see what happens to my energy meter. Yep, I think that definitely decreased by a chunk, so I need like roughly a quarter energy to do that, at least with the vertical combo. Either the horizontal combo has a higher energy cost, or it doesn't have those extra energy waves. Alright, so I kind of want to check in with Dr. Chavez first. What is the quickest way to head back there? I know that this elevator takes me in the general vicinity of the exit, but I don't think it's the swiftest route. The sameness is coming into full force here. The sameness of the level design. Now that it's been a while since I've been in this area, I've kind of forgotten how it's laid out, since there aren't really any distinct visual markers. Okay, heading down this way should take me to the boss arena, I do believe. And the way to that maglev is down here as well. So even if I end up taking a little bit longer, I'll get there eventually. Yep, take this exolift up here. And then I think this pathway. Probably gonna keep all this in. It's not the most exciting stuff, I realize, but if I'm this lost, you're probably even more lost, so I figured that would... what? Okay. Again, an issue I've had many times in the past where I try and do my damnedest to unlock from the enemy and the game just won't have it. I click the right stick numerous times, and it wasn't until like the 4th or 5th... Oh, I just headed backwards. the 4th or 5th click that it actually registered and unlocked me from the enemy, and that's kind of a big issue in this game because if you're locked onto an enemy, you can't really run away from them. So in that moment when I decided, oh, screw combat, I'll just run past them, that ended up not working out for me because of that. Am I just heading backwards again? God damn it. Okay, no, this is the... Is this the right way? I think it is. Fuck, this place is so complicated. Let's see... I think I'm in the... No, it's a security clearance, and yeah, I just headed backwards again, wow. Okay, let's head back to the boss room, because I know that I can start there if I want to get to where the maglev was. Right? I'm not mistaken about that assumption, am I? What about this shortcut? I think this was one. Will that take me to there quicker, or was this another way? No, that was another way back to Ops. A somewhat redundant shortcut. There were a lot of those in this game, and that's actually kind of an issue. Like, I think I've said to the effect before that having redundant shortcuts isn't all that bad of a thing because it means you get to choose which shortcut you want. So it gives you a bit of choice as to where you want to run through for your boss runs. But it does have a negative side effect of just adding more stuff to the level, which in addition to the general sameness visual-wise and even design-wise, there's a lot of, similarly shaped rooms, combines to make it even more difficult to actually remember the layouts and where you need to go. There have been plenty of times in the past when I've mixed up one shortcut for another, for example. Okay, what about this path? No, it just ends up taking me to one of the security robots, which You know what? Let me try and go for the leg. I think you need to go for the armored ones and just attack that and not the unarmored ones if you want to get a leg. I wonder if I can still acquire that. Like, I'm assuming Maddie and Alec are just gone from the game world since I accidentally killed her, but she's a robot, so maybe not. So yeah, I have to go for the leg bit, which I'm trying to target, but the game kind of won't have that. This will take a bit because it's just wearing down its health, but... Let's see if this works. Probably want to go for vertical attacks, actually. Horizontal hit enough around that I end up striking the unarmored bits, which I don't quite want. Oh, and it's repairing itself. That actually helps me, making sure I can get plenty of Okay, yeah, that was the energy wave. I forgot about that for a second. Yeah, so the horizontal attacks just don't seem to have energy waves. Only the vertical ones. That's kind of disappointing. Oh, that looks so cool though. Okay, can you stop repairing yourself ad infinitum? Like, it's basically just making it so that we're kind of stuck in a loop here. An implacable force meets an eternally repairing object, and it just kind of results in a stalemate. Like, seriously, how do I get it to stop doing this? Can I just kill you? Like, maybe go for major damage there and then try and finish you off. I can target the armored leg, which the game doesn't want to let me do. Okay, there we go. And yeah, I don't actually have the leg acquired. I hit it enough, so presumably that is just because I failed the side quest. I just wanted to try and confirm that there. Alright, asshole rivet gun dude. So maybe I wasn't heading backwards. But see, that's what I mean. I get one area confused with another because they look so similar visually. No, wait, this does just take me back. What the... Okay, I must be heading from a wrong path from the boss room, so let's return there. Because I'm sure that I got to the maglev that led to the biolabs area from the boss room. Although I'm now starting to doubt that assumption. So what should I name this episode? I Get Lost? The Maze of Infinite Corridors? Of my own creation? I don't know. Yeah, so it must be a different path I need to take out of here. This was a shortcut, wasn't it? Maybe it wasn't. No, I could have sworn this was the only real path out of this room. Am I just gonna repeat my steps again? That's how you know I'm crazy, just trying to do the same thing over and over in the hopes that it eventually works out. Maybe I needed to head up this way, or was that where I just went? Okay, it was... Oh, my fucking god, where am I going? Oh my god. I'm trying to think, because I did ultimately open up another shortcut back to Ops that led to the general Maglev area. And I'm trying to remember where that was, but I just kind of can't. So yeah, this was just a waste of like 10 minutes of both my and your lives, so that was great. Where even am I? Okay, now I'm heading further backwards. I'm trying to head back to the Ops room so I can, you know, rest up and take in my situation in a safe place. A safe space. But, I'm having trouble finding my way back there. Where was the elevator? It was somewhere over here. Waste decontamination. I don't even know where I am right now. Okay, here's the boss room. Okay. So let's try going through this tunnel since I just assumed that it was a shortcut back to Ops. That's what I remember. If not, it might be progress. You know what? Yeah, that's the train sign. I'm an idiot. How do I manage to do it to the point that I even say, oh, maybe I'm wrong and this is where I need to go, and then just kind of ignore it anyway and just proceed down the same looping path that I just did 4 times again. Yeah, this is where I needed to... Oh, hello. There are Protean boys here who I kind of don't want to fight. I've had a lot of trouble with fighting them in the past, and I have low health and no healing, so I'm just gonna run past them. That's a good sign, though. If they've changed the enemy formations here, I might be needing to return to the biolabs after all.
You've heard me say it again and again.
Let's just go before any of them show up. Yep, come on.
Stop. Resolve Biolabs. Blue Sky Station.
So hopefully Dr. Chavez is still in Ops and she didn't return to one of the labs that she was in before to do something. Because that would make finding her way more difficult. And I don't want that. I've had enough difficulty today. Okay, so Ops was over here, right? I remember that at least. Good.
Good to see you.
Hey there, Dr. Chavez.
Well, well. Look who's back. I've told you everything that matters. Bonham and Fox. On the executive floors, they're waiting for this program. But if you've got something better to do than saving mankind, by all means.
Met a colleague of yours, real humanitarian, name of Barrett.
Don't even mention his name in my lab. Pop science, glory-hounding bastard. So full of himself it's hard to believe he hasn't burst. Utopia. He called it Utopia. Doesn't even see the irony.
What do you know about Utopia?
Are you a religious man? Personally, I don't see the point. But if you listen to them, they were gods, playing with creation. Not all of them, though. Utopia divided the board. Some were still anchored to their humanity. While the others, a new Eden, a world restored. Utopia. The ultimate reset button. From my limited knowledge on the subject, gods are meant to create, not destroy.
I better get going.
And I'd better get back to work. If you have any more questions, you know where to find me.
Okay, well, honestly, not all that helpful. Additional lore information aside, coming here seems to have been a bust. Yeah, I'm completely at a loss as to where I need to go to progress, so I think I might just look that up and call everything that happened up till now a wash. As is made obvious by the fact that you're watching this, assuming anyone actually is at this point. I might just say to skip to the end in the video's title now that I think about it. Yeah, I'm still gonna actually upload this because I just spent 30 minutes wandering around and talking to myself, and I want to justify that even to a small degree, so yeah, you're just gonna have to suffer. And in fairness, like, if you were playing this game yourself, if you're using my playthrough as a substitute for that, if you're like me, you might have gotten lost yourself at this point. So, want to start a betting pool on what exactly it is I'm missing? Did I just, like, miss some sort of pathway or security clearance acquisition terminal in the Black Cerberus area, or does it turn out that I needed to return to the first area, and that's what I should have done, as I was thinking of doing initially from the start? Or is it something else that I just haven't happened across? Well, we'll both find out next time on The Surge Z Humor.